Just want to say as a disclaimer, there is going to be a trigger warning in this video. It is a story time video, as you can tell by the title, but just spare warning, trigger warning against stalking, murder, yes, murder, or threats of murder, and threats of any sexual nature at all. So if you don't want to hear about stuff like that, please, 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 please click off this video. All right, thanks. Okay guys, today I'm doing a story time video of the time I was stalked. This is not a happy video. This is not a video that I would normally act like myself, where I'm all like, ooh, happy and jumping around and just being me. That's not this video. So, okay, everything started back, I moved into this apartment at the end of September. So like the beginning of October. End of September, beginning of October. As you know, the elections were going on around that time, and people were all hyped up about who they thought was going to win and this, that, and the other thing. Well, me living in Michigan, my state is either very Republican or very Democrat. There's not a lot of independent parties or green parties at all. It's pretty much just Republican or Democrat. So I'm not making this trying to prove like, oh, Republicans are better or Democrats are better. Like, it doesn't matter. So I moved in here and everything seemed fine for the first month. And then right around election time, which is in November, towards the end of November, I think. I honestly can't remember. Trump obviously was elected president by the people or whatever. And so one day, and this is where the story begins, sorry. So one day I went to take my trash out. And I went outside to take my trash out. And this guy walks up to me as I'm throwing my trash in the dumpster, and he says, and I quote, "Trump won. Good luck getting your food stamps now, bitch." And then here comes the kicker. He spit at me. He didn't spit on me. He spit at me. It was just, the whole thing happened so quick. It was so hard to comprehend in my head. So I just literally went, can you focus? Thank you. Low battery. What the fuck? I went back inside, and I was talking to friends and I was talking to family about it, and they encouraged me to report it to the police. So I did the logical thing and I made a police report over the phone, and I didn't know this guy's name. I just told them what happened and made a police report over the phone. Later I went out, it was a Friday night, I went out and I was hanging out with some friends, and it was just fun. And at this point in time, it was just me at my apartment. I had not had my roommates yet, nothing. It was just me at my apartment. So I got home around 11 o'clock at night, and I locked my door. And I just went around doing things at my apartment from 11 o'clock to when I went to bed, and I went to bed at around 1:30. And just doing normal things that I would do by myself on a Friday night. So I went to bed at like 1:30, and at 1:30, yeah, I went to bed at 1:30, and I immediately just crashed, because I had been doing stuff prior to when the first incident with this guy occurred. I had been doing other things throughout the day, and I was just exhausted. So at 1:30, I went to bed, fast asleep. I woke up at 2 to hear someone banging on my door. And what I mean by banging on my door is, I mean like pounding, like they are trying to get in as hard as they could. Now this is where the trigger warning hits. I'm going to pause a little bit, so if you want to skip over anything, it is triggered right here. This is where it begins. This is where the insults come in. I woke up, my bedroom door was closed. And the way my apartment is set up is this is my front, this will be my front door. There's my living room over here, and then down like this little hallway is the master bedroom and the spare bedroom. So it's kind of like this from the door. And I just heard this person, a man, screaming, "I'm gonna kill you, I'm going to rape you, I'm going to get in there and cause," I mean, just horrible, horrible things. He told me my boyfriend at the time was never going to find me, which alerted me because I did not live with anyone. It was just me in my apartment. My boyfriend at the time, the guy that I was seeing, lived in a different state and would only come up here like every other weekend he would only come up here on the weekends. So I knew that, like, it instantly clicked in my head that this guy had been watching me for a while. I immediately called the police, obviously. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and he's banging on my door telling me he's going to kill me. End of trigger warning. So then, I called the police, and the 911 operator said, the 911 operator could hear him yelling at me through my closed doors. That's how loud he was yelling. Finally, the 911 operator told me to stay on the phone with her until the police got there, and I did, and she said the police had arrived, so we got off the phone with each other, and the police officers knocked on my door telling me that they were here and that it was okay to come out, because obviously I had to make a statement. I had to talk to the police about what I had heard, what had happened. The guy was already in the police car, stuff like that. So I opened my door, and I found this guy had been sitting outside my front door since from the time I got home at 11 o'clock to when he finally got the courage to start banging on my door. Let me rephrase. There was a lawn chair, like one of those camp chairs, in front of my front door with 5 beer cans. And I'm not talking about the normal sized beer cans. I'm talking about the ones that are like big. So that many beer cans. There was 5 of them. So that, with like the liquid inside those big tall beer cans, that's 10 beers, technically 10 beers. So yeah, he was taken, and later, come to find out, this guy had a camera sitting on his balcony, because the way the apartments are set up where I live is there's 3 on this side, ground level, middle, upper, and 3 on this side, ground level, middle, upper. Well, I live down here on the ground level, and this guy lived up here on the upper level, and he had a camera pointing to the lower level apartments, which would be my apartment. He had pictures of everyone that had come into my apartment. It was really scary. He had pictures of literally everyone that had come into my apartment. Me, my family, my boyfriend at the time. It was really, really scary. But I'm glad the police took care of everything, and I'm still here to tell you guys about this. But I know this video was like really sad and kind of depressing and scary, but if you want more happy videos from me, and if you liked this, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want more happy, fun videos from me. Alright guys, I'm sorry this was kind of a depressing video today, but I will come back at you with a happier vlog or a video. So alright, until then, thanks guys!